Y'all already know what type of time you on. You know what time it is. We're going to start here with back one of the vid. And today is a different type of vid. We're going to be having a discussion on how good the megas of the legend Zaza Pachulia starters can potentially be. And I'm not here by myself. Of course, I'm here with Thunderman. And
Come on, man. You know, I'm actually known as a lead PhD in Pokemon theorying, so I had to join my boy Swave here today. We really do have something incredible for you all.
yeah,
Incredible
we do. Yeah,
for you
spell
all.
PhD backwards. All right, buddy. So look,
Oh,
now a lot of people have been saying these Legend Zaza starters are the worst starter trio of all time competitively, and I'm gonna be
yeah.
honest. I don't know. They might. I don't know. They might have something. They might have something. All right. So just
Uh,
looking at these guys like by themselves and what they bring to the table without a mega, we can start with Meganium. Meganium is like literally the worst Pokemon of all time. I think. I think
I
Meganium
like
is.
your I like your set here though, G. It looks like you've really tried to utilize his best setup move. I used this before in national decks.
Yeah. Yeah. So I mean, it gets stuff like SD. I don't know why it's not. There we go. Yeah, it gets things like Swords Dance. It gets like Seed Bomb, and it gets Earthquake, right? But the issue with
yeah.
this is that it's coming off of a base 82 attack. So even if you get to +2, you're really not doing that much damage, and you get walled
Oh,
by things.
that's a fact. Why are they doing my boy so dirty that way?
That's
Why
what I'm
has
saying.
Meganium? They should have given it at least like one coverage option. I will say that SD Seed Bomb Earthquake, it's not bad.
It's
You know.
not bad, especially like in this meta where you could Terra, so you could like Terra Fire
Yeah.
or something to hit this,
Yeah.
you know.
I was using the Terrifier. You know, he trying his best to make it look vicious, but it worked out.
I think also a big issue with Meganium is I don't think Bro knows what he wants to be. Like only base 100s
Yeah.
in both defenses and then base 80 HP. Like you're decently bulky, and Meganium also gets things like Reflect, it gets Light Screen, it gets Leech Seed. So it has like decent support options, but that's really it. So I think with Meganium's like lackluster attack plus not super great bulk, it's just all around like a 4 out of 10 Pokemon because they just don't know what I want to do. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. There's no. I mean, this thing is always put as the support mon, but that shit is not even that. Like,
He really not built like that to be supporting anybody. You know what I'm
you know,
saying? Like,
it is used in Generation 2 every now and then with some defensive stuff, but I
yeah,
would love for this thing to not have to stay that way. You know what
yeah,
I mean?
yeah, yes, yeah. I definitely agree with you. Like, so that's why I think that Meganium is just like very mid. When we go to Emboar, you know what Emboar does. You put a band on this guy, you put a scarf on this guy, and he gonna be putting some holes in your team. You know what I'm saying?
You're
Obviously,
not
Emboar
wrong.
gets things like Flare Blitz, Close Combat. If you don't want to run like a choice set, it does have access to bulk up, and it does get things like Trailblaze to raise its speed. But I mean, the issue is that it's only base 65, right? So I mean, even if you run a Jolly Nature and your max speed, you're only 250, and that +1, you're hitting like what 372 or something like that. Like you're
This is
still
making me mad.
slower.
Why is he in so much pain?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like he's still slower
Something.
than Dragapult, slower than every like Boostermon. So it's like I don't know. He's not like great. I think best thing you could do with Emboar is like a banded set because the issue with bulk up is you're so slow. Hypothetically, let's say I bulk up to +6 and I get 2 kills. They're gonna send out their Alakazam and blow me up because I'm only
Why is
base 65.
why is his speed so bad?
It's
Because he's
so
always had
bad.
good moves. The offensive stats are good too, and the
Yeah,
ability is amazing.
yeah. Reckless is such a
Reckless.
good ability, right?
It's a great ability, right? And
Um,
it has a lot of cheat moves. Like Sucker Punch is a cheat move,
Yep.
you
Yeah.
know.
And I mean, I've seen people run like Scald on this. So like its move pool is crazy. It just doesn't have the appropriate speed to really take advantage of it. So I think that's
Uh-huh.
what mainly sets Emboar like it puts him down. If I had to rate Meganium a 4 out of 10, I would say Emboar like a 5.5. Maybe a 6 if I'm being a nice
Yeah,
guy. But
that is pretty nice of you. I'm not even
yeah.
gonna lie. That is pretty nice of you.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, he's just brolic on the offensive side, but that's all he. And I mean, he does have good HP, but I mean, look, 65 defenses, like he's not living anything, Your Honor. He getting blown away still. And the saving grace of the starter trio, in my opinion, Big Gator, Life Orb, Sheer Force, Dragon Dance. You could Swords Dance. You could dance. I don't know, hit an Irish jig. You could dance however you want, and you're gonna be going crazy with the Life Orb Sheer Force boost.
His fans his fans are so happy. They've been waiting on this forever, and they deserve it.
They do. They do deserve this. Feraligatr by
But
itself has been a pretty decent Pokemon, not something great, right? Not like an OU threat or not a super staple in VGC, but definitely usable when compared to these two, right? So obviously with Legend Zaza, you're gonna have the additions of Mega Evolutions, which obviously changes the game as a whole. So when we're talking about Megas, the first thing that I'm thinking about is Meganium potentially being a fairy type because it does learn Alluring Voice in the trailer, and it doesn't normally learn Alluring Voice. So everybody's hopping on the bandwagon like, oh my god, Grass Fairy Meganium could maybe be Shiest. And maybe it can, right? Like if it gets like something like CM and then you do Giga Drain and Moonblast, that could kind of be cool. I mean, you still want coverage to hit those
that's so
steals.
ass though.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
They
like
need a they
I
need
don't
to
know.
throw us for a loop and just make it a dragon type or something. Like they
Yes.
need to do something crazy. That
Yeah.
grass fairy, we off that, bro. We off that.
Yeah. Now, like these
My
are the
bad.
three existing grass fairies right now, and they do different things. When Bulu first came out, bro, Gen 7, Bulu was Shiest, right? Because he could
Oh
Swords
yeah,
Dance,
nice.
like you know what I'm saying?
Stage size. That Horn Leech superpower.
Yep,
That's all
Hornby.
you needed. And Stone Edge. And then
Yep.
the ability is busted. The
Yep.
stats are absolutely incredibly. What is the SPDF? 95?
Yeah,
Let me check.
95. Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, dude,
95.
this
I'm
this
looking at
guy's
it right
stats are
now.
disgusting.
Yeah.
Typing is incredible too.
Yeah.
This is a build. This is literally a mega on its own.
Yeah. So
Like
I
this thing
think
was amazing.
if Meganium were to get, I think there's two ways that Meganium can go, right? It could either get like
Okay.
the Mega Sceptile treatment or the Altaria treatment. And I'm leaning towards the Altaria treatment. What I mean by that is when Altaria got its Mega Evolution, let's look at Altaria stats versus Mega Altaria stats, right? Altaria, very mid, right? But it got a pretty equal distribution in its stat increase, right? It went from 70 attack to 110 attack, 90 defense to 110 defense, 70 special attack to 110 special attack, and the SPDF and the speed stayed the same. But it made it like pretty equal all around. Now we already said Meganium is mid. Look at this stat spread. Bro does not know what he wants to do. So it could either go like the more
Stop hating.
defensive route.
Stop hating.
No, I'm hating. But like if let's say bro gets like 30 defense in each defensive stat. So now we're looking at like 130 defense, 130 SPDF, coming off of an 80 HP stat, and the rest in attack. That could be kind of decent if it gets a Shiest ability. Like let's say it gets Grassy Surge. I don't think it would, but if it did get a Shiest ability like that, then sure, maybe Mega Meganium could have some usage. And what if it got like Play Rough, right? So now coming off of a 100 attack or 102 attack stat with Swords Dance, Seed Bomb, Earthquake, and Play Rough in the terrain.
There might be something there.
Right, you know what I'm saying? Now we might have something. You feel what I'm saying? But
It might be doing that. Hold on.
I don't know. And then
I'm trying to. I understand it. I understand it
you
now.
understand it now?
I understand it now.
And if it like wants to go the support route, the other grass fairy types being Whimsicott and Shiinotic are like a more supportee, right? Like Whimsicott hasn't really had a whole lot of success in like current singles OU, but it's pretty okay in VGC. Like it gets Tailwind, you could taunt things, you could Moonblast. So like if Meganium were to go the support route and it got more support moves, then I think it could be decent. And Shiinotic, the only other grass fairy type, is honestly just terrible. I mean, it gets strength
Hater.
step, and yeah,
Spore.
I'm hating, but I'm
I mean,
spitting
actually,
though.
we can't sleep. We can't even sleep anymore. You're right. It's over for them.
Yeah, no, it literally
Oh,
is.
you know what I want them to do? You know how Clef got a just like a flat BST buff, like
Yeah.
it stack up one of its stats. I forgot which one it was. Was it
I think it was
defense?
its defense.
Okay. I hope they give that to Meganium. I think he's more than deserving of getting just like a small 10 BST bump or something, but it seems unlikely that they would.
I think that they wouldn't change the
Okay.
starters BST because I think they all have to be like the same or similar. I think that's the only problem with buffing like a starter BST. Oh, and you know what else? Like when we're comparing a potential Mega Meganium and a Mega Sceptile, Mega Sceptile was bad because sure it turned into a grass dragon type, but it got no extra dragon moves.
Bro, you know there's a meme and it's bring up Mega Sceptile's BST right now.
I have it up right now.
Yeah, look at this.
Bro,
Like how
this
is
looks
this real?
crazy.
How can you have this as a stat and you're
and still
nothing?
be and still be bad,
How
right?
can you have this? Like this is for sure mind bending that you can be legitimately unviable with this type of build.
Yeah, BST, right?
It
Like
takes
imagine if
no
it got Draco, or imagine if it got like I don't know, Nasty Plot or Calm Mind or something.
literally anything, bro. When your strongest move, even when people would use this on lower tiers, they would be running SD a lot of the time, which is like, bro, this guy has 145 special. Why is his best moves Leaf Storm and
Yep,
Focus Blast, and
yep,
that's it.
yep,
That's
exactly. Yeah.
annoying. Yeah.
So I think that could maybe be a problem with Meganium if they don't give regular Meganium without the Mega Evolution a fairy type on its own. You know what I'm saying? And I don't think they're
Yeah.
gonna change Meganium's regular typing. So I think
Yeah.
overall my expectations for Mega Meganium is pretty low. I don't know. What do you think, bro? I think it's gonna be bad.
I mean, yeah, it's likely that if you ever let Game Freak get your hopes up, you're ready to get owned by them. So I don't have high hopes for this, but because everyone is just like writing this off as the worst, people hate Tepeg visually, which they're wrong. And when we get to that, I'll let you know why they're so wrong.
Oh,
But
okay, okay.
either way, um, yeah, bro, I don't know. I think they're just gonna shoehorn this as the support role, right?
Yeah,
Look
I
at Gator
agree.
and look at Emboar. Those guys have never been known to do no type of support.
Yep, yep.
Like, so I think they're just gonna keep it that way.
Yeah, I
We'll see
agree.
though.
Yeah, it's definitely gonna be like a support mega. I definitely agree. But hopefully it gets a shice ability. Even if it got something cool, like I don't know, Magic Guard or something, then it could maybe set it apart so where
Yeah,
it
'cause
would
you can't count out megas. Megas always get something ridiculous. Look at
Yeah,
Venusaur who got thick fat.
thick fat.
And like that's what I'm saying. They all turned into menaces. Swampert didn't even exist after Gen 4. They turned him into a beast.
Turn him into a beast. Yeah, but
Literally,
yeah,
Charizard didn't exist after Gen 2. Turned him into a god.
two times it turned into a god. Two
They turned him
times.
into a god. So it's like, they done changed his fucking life.
Nah, no funny. Yeah, they did change just like. All right, that's enough about
Yo, you
Meganium.
remember Shofu's? Remember Shofu's song? Now how they all on me. Let me find that fucking Charizard rap.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. All right. So now talking about Emboar, firefighting.
This is how Mega. This is how. Oh no, wrong link. This is how Megas had people going. Hold on.
Let me see. Let me see. Let me see. Let me see what type of timing they was.
When we found out Zarde,
The Mega Charizard X rap.
that's what I'm saying, bro.
Yeah, facts. All right, so with Emboar, firefighting, we already know firefighting is like a decent type, right? We got Emboar, Infernape, Blaziken, Tauros, Paldea. So like, it's okay. But for Mega Emboar, I would expect two things. What I would really want is the Mega Camera Up treatment, and where Mega Camera Up, well, regular Camera Up went from 40 speed to 20 speed because he don't need it. Emboar with 75 or 85 speed, he do not need it because even with 75 or 85 speed,
He still balls. He still
bro,
balls.
he
You're
still
right
balls.
about that.
In big
You're
2025,
right.
85 speed is not
Yo,
enough to
you
do
know
what
what?
you
Nah,
want to
you're
do.
cooking. Send his ass down to 45 and buff everything up another 30.
Yep, yep,
You're spitting. You're
That's
spitting.
that's what I would want to
Yo,
see.
no, you're actually spitting. You know what? Me and Sama were talking about this. Emboar looks like a big bitch in a bulky way too. So I could see a defensive style ability because Rockhead, it goes with the reckless too. You
Yep.
know, like the other, So I was thinking that or like filter or something, but something to show that he's like big body. You know,
I would
why
like to
is he
see
why is he
Rockhead.
part of this?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I'm not against it. The only reason because me and Sama discussed Rockhead, the only reason I was against Rockhead is because this guy already learns Head Smash and Flare Blitz. It might be too Arcanine H
Oh,
style,
Arcanine LARP. Yeah,
right?
maybe.
And because he already learned Head Smash, but I don't know. It's still not like it's still its own thing.
Yeah, but what I will say is when it inevitably gets the stat increase, bro, you coming off from 123 attack, which is already pretty high. If it gets like a 50 increase in its attack and you got base 173 attack, potential Rockhead, Flare Blitz, and Head Smash with no recoil, you're doing some damage on the other person's team. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're going crazy. The reason I have Swampert on the team builder as well is because Swampert got a goob increase in attack and, like some defensive increases as well, and a little bit in special attack and a little bit in speed. But Swampert was so good because Swift Swim increased its speed. So let's say hypothetically, if Emboar got what is that joint called, chlorophyll or like something like that to raise its speed in the sun, then maybe it can be shice with a base 75 speed. But if it doesn't have a speed boosting ability, then I don't envision it being that good with like a mid-tier 75 85 speed, to be honest. So yeah, I want that joint to go to 45 or 40, give it give the whole 100 and attack. 223 attack Emboar so I can run that big bitch in Trick Room and do what it do.
Type shit, type shit.
Yeah. And then if we're looking at the other firefighting types, they all just kind of do what Emboar currently does, but just better. Infernape is a mixed attacker, 104, 104, right? But it does the mixed attacking better than Emboar because even though that joint is going to hit you with that focus blast, with the overheat, with the close combat, and the flare blitz all in the same set. You know what I'm saying? And do it well because it has 108 speed. So you could be faster than what you're trying to KO and still afford to like switch up moves that are either physical or special. Blaziken has 120 attack, not far off from Emboar's 123 speed, but it's way better because of its speed boosting ability.
It's one ability, you know. Well, he also gets like Swords Dance and shit, but even then, you're right. It's like the one ability. Bulk. What's Emboar's defenses?
Bro, they're terrible. They're 65, 65.
But he's bulkier than Ken because of his big ass HP.
Yeah.
But I get your point. It's like this is like much more optimized, and even Ken's BST is what I mean. It's great, but even this distribution's like whatever. It's just speed boost that Giga carries this.
And even
they're not giving that to Emboar's big ass. So I'm trying to think.
He not boosting nothing.
They're not giving his big ass speed boost.
He's not boosting nothing. And even Tauros, I'm jacking that Tauros Paldea does the bulky firefight better than Emboar because it's fast.
Intimidate.
It has Intimidate, and it can wisp.
This guy. You have never felt pain until you've played this shit on the ladder and your attacks are doing 25% and you're like, bro, what is going on? Everybody has been there before where this guy comes in, he faster and he bulkier. Shit don't even make sense, bro.
He faster, he bulkier, he wisping you. I don't know. He doing all types of heinous things to you and he getting the goob nut off. So, yeah, I think Emboar is like the worst firefighting type, but with this potential mega, it could be pretty shice if they do what's right. If they do the morally correct thing and make this big bitch even slower, I think this could be shiced. And
it'll work.
Yeah, the last starter here, Feraligatr, potential mega Feraligatr. So look, here's my idea. All right, so we're jacking that Meganium could maybe be Grass Fairy, and then Emboar is gonna stay firefighting. I think what could potentially be happening here is their secondary type is going to be super effective to their primary type's weakness. So Emboar is firefight.
Sama was telling me that too. So tell me what your theory is with how that's going to go.
So Emboar is firefighting, right? Fire is obviously super effective against grass, but fighting is weak against fairy. So if this were to be true, then for the water type Feraligatr, it could potentially be a water steel type because steel is super effective against the fairy type, but weak against the grass, like the water type's weak against grass. And then the fighting type, even though the fire Emboar is weak against the water Feraligatr, the fighting type is super effective against the steel secondary type. You feel me?
I like your water steel code because everybody is like water dragon and shit like that. But you know why I think water steel is cool? Because even though Empoleon already has it, look how many water fightings we have, right?
Yeah.
So look how many pure grass joints we have, right? So it's not like they ever care if they relap. I think water steel is a very nice typing too. Does anyone have it besides Empoleon?
No, it's literally only Empoleon. Only Empoleon.
I think it would be fantastic to.
Yeah. I mean, think of all of Empoleon's resistances.
Did the fire fighting type exist before the Blaziken?
No, I think Blaziken was the first one.
Okay, then, dude, yeah, they should make another water steel. I'm locking it in, Swave.
Yeah, I mean, I think like lore-wise, it doesn't really. I mean, maybe it doesn't make sense, but I think if like Game Freak does what I'm thinking, then it could be shice. And also Game Freak has done something similar with Gen 6. Everybody was quad super effective to each other. Chestnut, water fighting. Quad effective against the water dark Greninja, who was quad effective against the fire psychic Delphox. So they know what to do with like these types. You know what I'm saying?
They like doing that shit.
Yeah. So I think it's a possibility. Now, I think a water steel Feraligatr, no matter what type of stat distribution it's gonna get a goob attack stat, and even if it only gets 20 speed and it hits 98 BST for its speed, it still has access to Dragon Dance, bro. 98 is gonna be probably enough. If it gets more speed, obviously the better, right? But I don't think it's gonna get like the Mega Beedrill route where everything dropped except for speed and attack, right? That's like literally
And
not
that that
real.
that guy had it in good. They really went all out with him, and I'm
Yeah,
happy they did. They
yeah,
gave him some
they
cool shit.
they went all out with him. So for like a potential stat distribution, I could see something like what they did with Mega Blastoise. Mega Blastoise got base 50 increase in its special attack, and then a decent bump in
Mhm.
like basically everything else. So if
Yeah.
Feraligatr were to get like a 50 attack raise, 155 attack, and then like I said, even if it's a 98 speed, Dragon Dance or Swords Dance coming off of 155 attack, come on, son. Um, it could also maybe be something like Kangaskhan where everything is like pretty equal in terms of stat increase, but all it needs is one broken ability. We saw what Parental Bond did, bro. Parental Bond made this stupid Pokemon broken as hell, bro. So imagine some broken ability on Feraligatr with 155 attack and 98 speed is Jove. So they
Yeah.
could potentially make this very broken on accident. Now, if Water Steel doesn't happen, which I would like
No,
to
no, no, not
see,
on accident. Not on accident. Seriously, on serious. All right, let me tell
on
you
serious, yeah, they
that.
for real wanted to make Bro super
Yeah, I'm telling you
broken.
right now, don't do that. All right.
Water Steel, like we said before, super good defensively. You have
Oh yeah.
quadrillion resistances.
Oh,
Like,
most fairies get blown up by water steel type,
yeah, yeah,
like
no, literally,
destroyed.
yeah, literally
Yeah.
destroyed. The only thing that may not make it Water Steel is Meganium won't be able to hit this super effectively at all.
Wait,
Because
Minium gets scooped then.
yeah,
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 true.
Meganium gets scooped, so it might not be. It might be too
Okay,
broken.
so that I guess that I guess that's why people think water dragon that. But
Yeah,
it's only because everybody is on the fairy train with Meganium because of the disarming voice, which is obviously the red
yeah,
herring, and
yeah.
and it's gonna be some bogus. What if he turns into Ferrothorn? He's grass steel.
Steel, bro. I was looking at the disarming voice distribution, and like, yeah, look, Manaphy gets it, Meowscarada
Yeah, yeah,
gets
yeah.
it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
Like,
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Pikachu gets it. So like, it's not a surefire. Like, oh,
Sometimes it's just like small cutesy Pokemon like that get that move. Like
yeah,
it could just
facts.
be that, you know. Meganium fits that bill, right?
Yeah. So if it does go Water Dragon route, bro, let's look at all the Water Dragon types because they're all like decent.
Mhm.
All right, so boom. So look, we have Kingdra, which is
Right.
decent if you have it in rain. Tatsugiri is not a real Pokemon, but it has Water Dragon is still a good.
Who's taking it raw?
Tatsugiri is still good. And then the four broken water dragon types: Palkia, Palkia Origin, Dracovish, and Walking Wake. So we know that Water Dragon is like a really, really good type combination.
Mm-hmm.
I think it could maybe also be like a Water Dark type because when I think of alligators, they be evil, bro. They be evil. So maybe it
They
becomes
are
a dark
evil.
type, like regular Samurott became dark with Samurott Hisui. But we also saw how broken and how good Hisui and Samurott became because of sharpness, plus literally one move being Cease's Edge, auto spike every single turn. Okay, so
Hey,
let's give Feraligatr a move where he hits you and he also auto sets Sticky Web for some reason. I like
no,
that.
we don't. We don't need that.
I like that. I like that. But yeah, that's my expectations for like what these megas could potentially look like. I definitely
I
highest
really,
hopes for Alligator. What were you gonna
yeah,
say?
for alligators, what's like everyone. I mean, I can understand why everyone thinks for alligators gonna be the best, but dude, I don't. I really can't conceptualize anything going right for Meganium, unfortunately. So
Poor
my
Meganium.
like, I'm trying, and I
Bro,
just
just
can't
wait,
see
just
it.
wait, just wait until this SDC bomb EQ play rough comes out, bro. Just wait. I'm
I,
calling it right
I,
now. I'm calling it right now. Okay.
I just can't. I just don't see it, bro. I just don't see it.
Oh wait, hold on.
Emboar,
Let me
Emboar
cook.
was the Pokemon I chose when I took Black White because I remember seeing the options and I was like, these all suck. But I was gonna take the Fire type because I always take the Fire type. So
Uh huh.
Emmy did his job, man. He's good in game. I know the dudes that picked Superior were probably mad as hell having to click Coil Leaf Blade, need +6 to not kill the Pokemon in front of them.
With
Gets his
that with
pulling
that
off his
base 70.
Hydreigon. I already know his Hydreigon living +6 Leaf Blade like it's nothing. You get
Yep. Yep.
wiped out over and over and over and over
Over and
again.
over. Yeah. But but yeah, that's our thoughts for the starters. Let us know in the comments who you think is going to be the best or what typing you
Yes,
think
sir.
or stat distribution it's going to be looking like. And yeah. Now, if it turns out that we're correct, we need $1 billion PayPal immediately. So,
True, and
yep.
we gon' come to collect.
Yeah, we will come to collect. Let it be known.
Sama the debt collector.
Yeah, we will be we will be sending Sama to your household. So please be prepared. All right, thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting, and we'll catch y'all on the next one. Peace.